Every troll down in Alternia liked Ghristmas a lot, but the Cherub, who lived just north of Alternia, did not. The Cherub hated Ghristmas, the whole Ghristmas season. Now, please don't ask why. No one quite knows the reason. It could be that his think pan wasn't screwed on quite right. It could be, perhaps, that his shoes' soles were too tight. But I think that the most likely reason of all may have been that his blood pusher was 2 sizes too small. But whatever the reason, his blood pusher or his soles, he stood there on Christmas Eve, hating the trolls, staring down from his cave with a sour cherub frown at the warm-lighted windows below in their town. For he knew every troll down in Alternia beneath was busy now, hanging a mistletoe wreath.
And they're hanging their stockings,
he snarled with a sneer.
Tomorrow is Ghristmas. It's practically here.
Then he growled, with his cherub fingers nervously drumming.
I must find a way to keep Ghristmas from coming.
For tomorrow he knew. All the troll girls and boys would wake up bright and early. They'd rush for their toys, and then...
Oh, the noise. Fucking noise! 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 Noise!
That's one thing he hated.
The noise! 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 Noise!
Then the trolls, young and old, would sit down to a feast. And they'd feast and they'd feast.
And they'd feast! 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 Ah!
They would start on troll pudding and rare Lucis roast beast, which was something the Cherub couldn't stand in the least. And then they'd do something he liked least of all. Every troll down in Alternia, the red blood to the blue, would stand close together with Christmas bells ringing. They'd stand hand in hand and the trolls would start singing. They'd sing and they'd sing and they'd sing, 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 sing. And the more the Cherub thought of the troll Christmas sing, the more the Cherub thought,
I must stop this whole thing. Why, for 53 years I've put up with it now. I must stop Ghristmas from coming. But how?
Then he got an idea. An awful idea. The Cherub got a wonderful, awful idea.
I know just what to do.
The Cherub laughed in his throat. And he made a quick Santa Claus hat and a coat. And he chuckled and clucked.
What a great evil trick! With this coat and this hat, I'll look just like Saint fucking Nick. All I need is a hoof beast.
The Cherub looked around, but since hoof beasts were scarce, there was none to be found. Did that stop the old Cherub? No, the Cherub simply said.
If I can't find a hoof beast, I'll make one instead.
So he called his guide Gamzee. Then he took some red thread, and he made a big horn on top of his head. Then he loaded some bags and some old empty sacks on a ramshackle sleigh, and he hitched up old Gams. And the Cherub said,
Giddy up!
And the sleigh started to zoom toward the hives where the trolls slept in their raccoons. All their windows were dark, quiet snow filled the air. All the trolls were all dreaming sweet dreams without care, when he came to the first house in the square.
This is stop number 1.
The old Cherub Claus hissed. And he climbed to the roof, empty bags in his fist. Then he slid down the chimney, his suit a bit torn. But if Santa could do it, so could Caliborn. He got stuck only once, for a moment or two. Then he stuck his head out of the fireplace flue, where the little troll stockings all hung in a row.
These stockings? The first thing to go!
Then he slithered and slunk with a smile most unpleasant around the whole room, and he took every present. Robotics, joke books, squiddles, and dead things in jars, Fetus bomb, rom-coms, dice, and uranium bars. He stuffed them in bags, and the Cherub, very nimbly, stuffed all of the bags one by one up the chimney. Then he slunk to the icebox. He He took the troll's feast. He took the troll pudding. He took the Lucius beast. He cleaned out the icebox as quick as a flash. Why, that cherub even took their last can of troll hash. Then he stuffed all the food up the chimney with glee.
And now,
Grinned the cherub.
I will stuff up the tree.
And the cherub grabbed the tree, and he started to shove, when he heard a small sound like the sound of a dove. He turned around fast, and saw a small figure, a little calliope, cosplaying, who was not more than 2. The Grinch had been caught by this little troll muse, who got out of bed for a cup of cold juice. She stared at the cherub and said,
Santa Claus? Why are you taking our Christmas tree? Why?
But, you know, that old cherub was so smart and so slick. He thought up a lie, and he thought it up quick.
Why, my sweet little tot,
The fake Santa Claus lied.
there's a light on this tree that won't light on one side, so I'm taking it home to my workshop, my dear. I'll fix it up there, then I'll bring it back here.
And his fib fooled the child, and he patted her head. And he got her some AJ and sent her to bed. And when Calliope went back to bed with her cup, he went to the chimney and stuffed the Kringle fucker up. And the last thing he took was the log from their fire. And he went up to the chimney himself, the old liar. On their walls he left nothing but hooks and some wire. And the one speck of food that he left in the hive was a crumb too small for a grub to survive. Then he did the same thing to the other trolls' hives, leaving crumbs much too small for the other grub lives. It was 1/4 dawn, all the trolls still abed, all the trolls still a snooze. He packed up his sled, packed it up with their presents, the ribbons, the wrappings, the tags and the tinsel, the trimmings, the trappings. 3,000 feet up the side of Mount English, he rode to the tip-top to dump it.
Fuck you to the trolls!
He was evilly humming.
They're finding out now that no Christmas is coming! They're just waking up. I know just what they'll do. Their mouths will hang open for a minute or 2. Then all the trolls down in Alternia will all cry, boo! That's a noise that I simply must hear.
So he paused, and the cherub put a hand to his ear, and he did hear a sound rising over the snow. It started in low, then it started to grow. But the sound wasn't sad. Why, the sound sounded merry. It couldn't be so, but it was merry. Very. He stared down at Alternia. The cherub popped his eyes. Then he shook. What he saw was a shocking surprise. Every troll down in Alternia, the red bloods to the blue, was singing without any presents at all. He hadn't stopped Christmas from coming. It came! Somehow or another, it came just the same. And the cherub, with his claws ice cold in the snow, stood puzzling and puzzling.
How could it be so? It came without ribbons! It came without tags! It came without fucking packages! Boxes of bags! Ugh!
And then he puzzled 3 hours, till his puzzler was sore, and the cherub thought of something he hadn't before.
Maybe Christmas,
He thought.
doesn't come from a store. Maybe Christmas, perhaps, means a little bit more. Now fuck that.
And what happened then? Well, in Alternia they say that the cherub's small heart grew 3 sizes that day. And the minute his heart didn't feel quite so tight, he whizzed with his load through the bright morning light. And he brought back the toys and the food for the feast, and he himself, the cherub, carved the roast beast.